So I'd like to talk a little bit about what I consider like be the village, help support people. Before I do, I want to cover my t-shirts. I'm going to reach out to the place that I get them, but before I even say who they are, because they might be like, no, 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 no. And I will also say, I refuse. I get message after message about TikTok, about monetizing the account. I will never, ever make money off this TikTok account because I will not make money off the man that I believe is mentally abusing my daughter and definitely was abusing my grandchildren. It's just never going to happen. I open this up to allow the judgment so that the established would know I wasn't going away, because y'all should have heard the woman at DCF's voice on this past Monday on 420 when I was like talking to her like this crib thing and saying this shouldn't be, and she was like, I'm sure somebody up above was saying, deal with this. So she was like, said something about like, I'm not visualizing the crib. And as soon as I told her that it was out on TikTok and YouTube, I do believe some people was like, oh crap. So, but I want to talk about these t-shirts because there's these well-meaning Christians who've come out there and are saying like, well, you say you're a Christian, but the stuff in your that I have in my office and your t-shirts say otherwise. You come to comment about what I'm wearing, not comment about, oh my God, I can't believe your grandbabies are being abused. I'm saying a prayer for you, but instead you want to, how I choose to express myself. Like I said, I can't get any more tattoos. It was painful. I wish I could. Me and my bestie, we'd be in Parsons Avenue tattooing it up, but I can't. I'm a chicken. I hate pain. So I choose to express myself by way of t-shirts. And oh, I love it. I love being around these well-meaning Christians and wearing stuff. And then like one time anyhow, the point is that this is my expression and I can express myself however I want to. Just like people can come on here and judge me however they want to. But I want to talk about the village. See, I have what I call three besties. I have two work besties and I have a church bestie. My two work besties, they adopted me from the corporate America where I was this weirdo introvert, and they were just like, in fact, one of them was like, at first I thought you were a bitch, but you're cool. But they know everything about me and they don't think like me at all. But you know what they do know? It's just like my church bestie. And I say my church bestie, she's who I want to be when I grow up. Like she's kind and loving and she knows the right things to say and she gives me great advice. I don't always listen to it, but she's exactly who I want to be when I grow up. But one thing I do know, all three of them, they have daughters. They have daughters who are coming of age or already been at age. They have children, and I know that I might not talk to them, some of them, but they know if their mom's not around, to call me up, and I'm not gonna pray. I'm gonna be like, I'm on my way, or we ride at dawn, or whatever is needed. I'm gonna be there for that village. I'm gonna be that, even though they're not mine, but they are. Because I know if something happened to me, that those three would be there for mine. And that is what being the village is. We don't always agree. Those three do not agree with me half the time, but they know my heart. And that's the most important thing. And that their children know that I love their mother and that I don't play. I don't play with what I love. And if they're hurt or they're hurting themselves, I'm going to be there to say, I'm not going to pray and support. And one of my favorite humans on this planet can tell you that she was doing this thing where, see, I remember everything, but she does this just like my husband, where they can block things out that's happened. And she had told me over the years about this dude, and she was he's like telling me one day about how she's been talking to him and all this stuff. And I sat there scratching my head and I was listening to her and I said a few things and she was like, oh yeah, he's changed and blah, blah, blah. And I remember being in the shower praying, being like, this isn't right. So I literally did what I did, researched, start collecting everything. And I saw some stuff. And I come to her and I said, I love you. I love you and your kids. And I said, she's got one that's still underage. And I said, if you don't pick your kid over this man. I'm coming for you, and I'm going to let your parents know. And now, I said it in love, but she knew I meant business. But then I actually read a court document, her own words, where she forgot. She literally forgot that what that man had done to her and her child even. She forgot. I can tell you 1,000%. All I did was not sit back and just pray. Many friends would be like, you're not being a friend. A friend would be like, I don't agree with you, but I'm going to support you. No, a friend says, oh, honey, I don't know what you got going on, but if you can't do the right thing by your kid, I'm going to do the right thing by your kid until you can figure it out. And that's exactly what I'm doing with my daughter, is I'm saying to her, pick yourself or pick your babies. And if you're not able to do it, then I'm going to take care of those babies until you can take care of it for yourself. And that's what I believe being the village is. And to all the well-meaning Christians, does it drive you crazy that you can't stop me or what my message is? Or is it driving you crazy because you know I'm going to be up in heaven with you too? And I did it my way. And my Heavenly Father was like, well done, my good and faithful servant. So, reminding myself and everybody else to do better. Thank you.